The Dead by Daylight community is addicted to perks. Take a scroll through YouTube and what do you see? Meta builds, stealth builds, information builds. Thousands of videos flood in every day, all based around something people can't seem to get enough of: perks. The Shrine of Secrets is like a methadone clinic, and junkies line up around the block just itching for their next fix. They want more perks. Players like myself have spent thousands of hours grinding the game to prestige a character. I can honestly say I missed out on valuable sleep and woke up for work tired as shit. All for what? The availability of perks. Like I'm sure most of you guys have, I've gotten plenty of messages from my opponents telling me that I'm trash and that it was the perks that carried me. And while I pay zero mind to these clowns, it did have me thinking, how good would I be without perks? I would never fathom trying something that stupid because I like to win. But what if losing now will help me win later? I have a theory. Playing without perks will help accelerate my actual skill in the game, therefore making me better in the long run when I start using perks again. And after months of procrastination sitting on this idea, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna play 7 days straight with no perks. For this experiment, I'll only be playing Killer, which will set myself up great for a sequel in the event this actually works out. I wanna see how much I can truly improve over the next 7 days. And people seem to love when I torture myself for the sake of content. So this seems to be one of those two birds, one stone types of situations. So with that being said, I removed all my perks and queued up. All right, the queue times are actually incredibly long right now. Without perks, my best option would be to start with killers that I'm already familiar with, like Sadako, who's my main, or Onryo, who I also like, or that girl from The Ring, I forget her name. My chat quickly saw through my manipulation tactics and peer pressured me into switching up my killers. Let it be known that playing without perks is incredibly stressful. Without the safety net of pain res or the information you get from barbecue and chili, you get very little wiggle room to mess up. But I wasn't. I was definitely leaning on some tactics, which some might call dirty, like adjacent hovering and selective chasing, but it was working. I somehow stockpiled win after win and finished up day one undefeated, which felt good. It was a little proof of concept that I'm actually a good killer. I don't have a chance to read every single YouTube comment, but nobody ever comments, "Hey Straz, you're a great killer and I hope you have a great day." It's more along the lines of, "I don't know what the issue is with your face, but I want to punch it, dumb bitch." So starting off undefeated on a day where my expectations were pretty low had me buzzing with confidence. I started boasting about my perkless win streak and had no intentions of losing it on day two. With all the momentum in the world, I started day two in high spirits. After a few more wins at the start of the day, I had strung together an 11-game win streak without using any perks. My chat was requesting whatever killer they wanted to see, and I was demolishing survivors. My ego was rising with every win. I was overdue for something to bring me back down to earth, and that one thing was Michael fucking Myers.
Mikael Myers.
I forgot to mention at the start of the video, but I am allowing myself to use add-ons because certain killers like Myers and Trapper can be very add-on dependent. So when my chat wanted me to play Myers, I decided I'd play Tombstone Myers because in my mind that would give me the best shot at winning. But I do have a bit of a confession. I've never played Tombstone Myers before in my life. I don't know, it's just not a killer I play that often. And I know some people complain about the Tombstone add-on being overpowered, so I never tried it. Why I thought it was a good idea to try it for the first time elbows deep in a perkless win streak, I'm not sure. And the game didn't really start bad, but things went completely sideways when I learned you have to be super close to somebody to trigger the tombstone. Wait, what? Wait, it didn't let me kill her. No, I did it again. After a pair of failed tombstone, it was too late. I was left watching hopelessly as survivors disappeared just like my win streak. I was so tilted, I fired up another Myers game right after, which I also didn't win. So that was it. Myers will unfortunately be sitting on the bench for the remainder of this series. After a weird end to day 2, I was looking for a bounce back performance on day 3, but the vibes ended up being very off. The only way I can describe it is by giving you an analogy. I used to go to this bar, let's call it Toasters. Toasters was a lot of fun, but there were always bar fights, people getting tossed out, the cops showing up. It was that type of place. But one night I went to Toasters and all the people there were super chill. There were random people buying me drinks, everyone was smiling and having fun. It was a super cool environment, but it felt weird at Toasters. And like at Toasters, day 3 had me shook because the vibe was super chill. After dumpstering a team at Singularity, I got messages of encouragement. GG's, that dude is far too strong. Oh, that was nice. Shout out. It was kind of weird. Like the vibe at Toasters, you're kind of expecting for shit to pop off at any moment when playing Dead by Daylight. And I guess day 3 was just a pleasant surprise. I honestly shouldn't complain because that was the most fun I had playing Dead by Daylight in a while. Which made me stop and think for a second. Is it because I'm not using perks? Now that I think about it, the more you simplify the game, the less contention there really is. It was just nice seeing people appreciating good play from a killer, and it gives me hope going forward that there'll be more of the same. I genuinely feel like survivors see it as a breath of fresh air that I'm playing without perks. Here's a genuine question. Because I'm not using any perks, do I get the camping and tunneling pass? It's really interesting to think about because throughout this series, I 100% camped and tunneled when I needed to. And because I don't have any perks, I feel like I should get the pass for sure. On day 4, I got more hate for tunneling, but in this situation, there was only 1 gen left, which is absolutely absurd. Like, imagine getting mad at a killer for tunneling you with 1 gen left when he also doesn't have perks. And I'd argue even if I tunneled them at 5 gens, they should get over it. I'm not doing this whole challenge to have fun. I'm doing it to win. For me, nothing's off limits when you're not using perks. What's definitely not off limits is body blocking the exit gates on Learys in order to get the win. That's just funny. Oh, holy shit, we body block one. Dude, Nemi's big ass, man. Just fucking standing in that doorway. Unreal. Not gonna lie, the burnout from not using perks is real. Playing killer is already a bit stressful, but without perks to help you through the process, it just feels a bit taxing. On day 5, I really started to miss what life was like before I started this challenge. I miss starting the match with Lethal Pursuer to show me where survivors are. I miss getting some gen regression from Surge every time I down a survivor. I miss blocking windows with BAM or hitting insane lunges with coup de grace. I miss making people exhausted with the best perk in the game, Septic Touch. Perks make the game a little bit more fun, and although I could feel myself improving, I was getting a little bored at times. Day 5 was fine. I won a bunch, the games ended quickly, but it just felt a bit hollow. I played Dead by Daylight for fun, and when I was getting home from work to fire up Dead by Daylight, it felt like as if I had just clocked out from one job just to clock into another. And despite all the improvement, I had really thought about cutting the series short. I mean, would anyone care if I just switched it to 5 days without perks? I mean, probably not. You wouldn't even realize it. I would change the title, the thumbnail, I'd fucking edit it. But I was determined to see this through. I just needed to get out of this funk. Well, unfortunately, when you mix challenge fatigue with good survivor teams and a fairly survivor-sided event, the results aren't always good. Day 6 was probably my worst day out of all the days. And I don't think I was playing bad, but with a little less focus and some increased competition, I was struggling to win games. It was a lot of draws and losses. Oh, and don't forget plenty of teabagging. There's a reason why killers feel like they have to use gen regression perks, and here's a perfect example. I played a game as Hag where survivors powered the exit gates in 4 minutes. That's no joke. 4 minutes, 5 gens. This is so absurd. Luckily, I aggressively tunneled one survivor out of the game, but imagine if I decided to let that survivor enjoy his game and chase someone else. There would have been zero chance of winning in a 4-minute game. I was able to get a draw by the grace of God, but holy shit, there's a reason why killers use gen regression. It really makes you think if there's a better option when it comes to game balance. Weaker gen regression perks, but slower gens maybe? Because I know how annoying it can be when killers stack 2 or 3 gen regression perks. But it's also equally annoying when you spend 10 minutes queuing up for a game in which the generators are finished in just 4 minutes. So just some food for thought. On my last day with no perks, it was only fitting that we started the day with some more hate mail. You a lame? I didn't even snap back with one of my signature one-liners. I was about done engaging with all these clowns that couldn't just move on after losing to a killer with no perks. I was all business on day 7, and while not every game ended with a win, I definitely felt like there was a night and day difference in my skill ability from when I first started the challenge. Outside of the fatigue and frustration that might come from 7 days of no perks, 7 days of getting gen rushed, 7 days of getting teabagged, 7 days of hate messages, 7 days of having survivors give up early, 7 days of playing killers I don't really know, 7 days of playing a survivor-sided event, 7 days of playing killers that aren't good on controller. Outside of all of that, I feel like I have improved, but I couldn't help to feel like there was one stone I still had left unturned. There's one killer I've avoided these last 5 days, and to put an end to this series, I need some closure. Yep, come on. Early kill. Yep, come on, that's 2. That's 2. Come on. That's fine. Let's go, Tangent. Come on. Let's go. I'm gonna be honest, I surprised myself a little bit when playing without perks. This is no joke. You can check my VODs. My chat actually believes I play better without perks. Now, going back to playing with perks, it just feels like a luxury to have some gen regression. If you feel like you're getting a bit stagnant in your development, or maybe you're just bored with the game, try no perks, because I promise you, it'll give you a bit of perspective. I'm thankful to be getting back to my normal content, which you can watch live at twitch.tv/StrazYT. There we might be trying 7 days of no perks as survivor if y'all want to see that next. And if you want to watch the time I tried every killer perk in 24 hours, you can watch this video right here.